Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel and Ramadan Mubarak everyone! I can't believe it's been a week since Ramadan started. Like, this month is going by so fast, and by the time we're watching this video, we are entering our third week of Ramadan. Basically the last stretch of Ramadan. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I wanted to interrupt this part of the video because I have a very important announcement to make. As you may or may not know, Ramadan is a holy month in the Islamic calendar. Ramadan is the month where the Quran is first revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, and Muslims all over the world celebrate it by fasting from sunrise to sunset. So no eating, no drinking, not even water. And basically this month teaches us to have self-control and also to practice gratitude. Most importantly, this month is dedicated for us privileged people, to be in the shoes of those less fortunate than us, who does not have access to clean drinking water, does not have the privilege to eat a meal a day, never mind 3 meals in a day with snacks in between. So this Ramadan is very important for us to be aware of our brothers and sisters that are going through troubled times worldwide. And so I want to use this segment to redirect your attention to the comment section below, where I have shared links to sources, donations, as well as petitions for the people of Palestine, Congo, and Sudan. These people are going through genocide and war, and it's very important for us to acknowledge them and support them and try to amplify their voice, because at the end of the day, we are a victim of white supremacy. If we refuse to speak up for others, we are complicit to the system. And it's really important for us to engage, because this is how we're going to amplify the voices of the oppressed. And for those who are saying, oh, liking something won't do anything, oh, commenting and interacting with the post won't do anything. First of all, let's put this in a business perspective. If you're running a business and you want traction and you want people to buy your products, you would need to set up a social media account, right? You would want people to interact with your posts, to like, to comment, to repost. If there's no traction, if there's no interaction, no engagement online for your company, no one's gonna buy your products. So I don't understand why people find it so hard to understand that concept, but in humanitarian issues, it's the exact same thing. Please, once again, redirect your attention below. And if you can, go and donate to some of these organizations and GoFundMes that I've linked also down below. I refuse to be complicit. I want to use my platform no matter how small it is. I have a platform regardless. I know that I'm capable of reaching over 1,000 people, and I've done that. I've done that twice. 2 of my videos have reached over 1K, and my entire channel accumulatively have gathered over 5,000 viewers. So I know that I can gain traction, and inshallah, people of Palestine and people of Congo and Sudan and all of these other countries that need our help will get the help that they need from our interactions. So even if there's only 30 people watching this, that is more than enough to amplify the voices of the oppressed. So yeah, please redirect your attention below. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't skipped through this part, thank you so much for engaging in your humanity and also having empathy. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you. Hi guys, I just finished praying Fajr, and I really want to share with you guys something that I've been implementing lately, and this has to do with dua. So one thing about me, I have a problem with disassociating and losing focus when it comes to praying and making dua. Like, I tend to rush my prayer and also rush the time to make dua right after the prayer. So something that I've been implementing is applying the dua sandwich method. So I don't know if this is something that people already do, but I basically made this up myself, like the term dua sandwich. But I don't know, maybe other people do it, but they just apply different duas, which makes sense because, you know, when you eat a sandwich, your filling can be different every time, so you don't have to follow my exact routine. But regardless, I feel like doing a dua sandwich would make my dua more intentional, and inshallah it will grant my dua faster. So let me share with you what I do. The first thing that I do is I read a dua that Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, say when he was in the stomach of the whale. So I say this dua as the starter of the dua sandwich. So this dua basically acts as a foundation dua. It sets the tone. So after saying that dua, I reach for Secrets of Divine Love. This is a book that I've been seeing honestly since maybe 2021, 2022. It was trending on TikTok among like Muslim content creators. And on top of that, my friend has this book and she recommended me to get this book. And I thought to myself, you know what, it's about time. I've been hearing about this book a lot. And so last year, at the end of last year, like maybe around November, December, I went and got this book. And as you can see, I'm like halfway. I have tabs on everything. And this book is just generally good. Like, it's a good view and understanding of Islam in a spiritual way. And what I like about this book is that it has prayer in English. So my dua that I always go back to is from page 26 and 27. What I like about this dua is that it sets the intention of making dua, and it starts by engaging in humility and really like putting your trust in Allah. Like, you are nothing but human and you're talking to this divine being. If you think about it, God invents everything, right? God is everything. He's like magic basically, and he's not human. He doesn't take a singular form. He can be found anywhere. So if you try to visualize it, it makes sense for us to, you know, set our egos aside and try to purify ourselves in front of the greater divine basically. So the dua from Prophet Yusuf and this dua is like the foundation before saying your actual dua that you want. So with that said, I'm going to my journal, my Ramadan journal. And what I did on the first day of Ramadan is I wrote all of the duas that I want. Topics like, you know, forgiveness, guidance, wealth, a job, like everything that I want to be granted, inshallah, I wrote it down. And a tip that I recommend doing when making your dua is to mention at least one of the 99 names of Allah before saying what you want. So like for example, some of the names that I use is Al-Ghaffar, Al-Afun, Al-Bari. By saying the 99 names of Allah, you are like confirming Allah's ability to grant your du'as. And lastly, what I like to do is grab my du'a book. I have two du'as that I like to read. And the first one is du'a on health, strength in iman, and fulfillment. And then the second du'a is about receiving the best of the best, or receiving the good in everything. And yeah, that is how I finished my du'a sandwich. I try my best to do this du'a sandwich after tahajjud, but of course, like, I don't do this 4-layer sandwich all the time. Like sometimes when I wake up a little bit late, I try my best to just do Prophet Yusuf's dua and then immediately go to my duas if I have the time, and I try my best to wake up a little bit earlier so then I can do the dua sandwich. So yeah, that's just something I like to do. It is now 5:49. So what I like to do right after praying Fajr and before I go back to sleep is read my morning adhkar. Before this Ramadan, I've never read adhkars, morning adhkars, evening adhkars, like I've never done that. However, literally the first day of Ramadan, or maybe the day before Ramadan, I came across this Muslim content creator. Her name is Shaiba, and she's amazing. She creates Islamic content, of course, and she has a link in her bio that provides a lot of free resources, and two of the things that she provides is morning adhkars and evening adhkars. Let me show you guys my morning adhkar. This adhkar is 8 pages long. I decided to print it. The first day of Ramadan, I read from my phone, but then the writing was so small, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna print it. So I printed it out. It's 8 pages long, and if you don't have time, you don't have to say the du'as like the exact amount of time that it's recommended for you to say. Like I feel like as long as you intentionally want to remember Allah and want to do adhkar, it doesn't really matter, because I know that some of us have work or school and we don't have time to dedicate a full 1 hour session, because this takes me 1 hour, guys. This takes me an hour to finish. And I know one of the reasons why I take 1 hour is because my Arabic is not fluent and I have dyslexia, so I tend to stumble upon the letters and mix them up. So I have to like really concentrate, like really hard, and ensure that I'm saying the right words, because obviously if I read the wrong letters, it will change the meaning of the word, and I don't want that. So I tend to take a lot longer to complete. But yeah, this can maybe take like half an hour if you're quick with it, but for me it takes an hour, and it's a really good way to just take time off for yourself and not engage in like social media and like all of that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. Let me make my bed real quick first. Hi, I just finished getting ready. It is currently 11 something. I just finished getting ready. I have an appointment, a dentist appointment at 12:30, but I'm taking the public bus to get there, and it usually takes around like 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, this is my 3rd month appointment, but I've gone to the dentist 4 times, because during the first month of having my braces installed, I had to go to the dentist twice because my brackets kept falling off. Like this one time, my bracket fell off when I was in my sleep. Like I woke up choking on my bracket for whatever reason. I don't know why the glue did not stay. And yeah, this is gonna be my third official appointment. Gonna get them tightened up. And also I think this month I'm gonna get my bottom braces installed because, well, 2 months ago my dentist said that last month I was supposed to get them done, but he decided to postpone it. And so let's see, hopefully I can get my bottoms done today. I'm gonna go and catch the bus and go to the dentist, and I'm taking you guys with me, so let's go. Hi, I'm back from my dentist appointment and I just finished praying a zuhur. Let's do a getting ready with me. Since it is only 3 p.m, what I like to do around this time, so basically between zuhur and asr, what I like to do is Quran journal. I have just started Quran journal this year. Like, I've never done it before, but I've always wanted, whoa, tripod, okay, calm down. But I've always wanted to do it, but I just never, I never did it, you know? But I have my English translation Quran. This is the Oxford one. What I like to do is that after I read the chapter, or as I'm reading the chapter, I like to note down what I learned, or highlighted things from that chapter. So as you can see, Quran journal. And yeah, here I just write down the surah name. So this one is Surah Al-Baqarah, and then I wrote highlights and things I learned from the surah. And also I write down the Islamic rulings that are mentioned in the Quran, which is a lot. I know most of these because I've learned them in Islamic class, but the Quran is so detailed. Surah Al-Baqarah alone, chapter 2 basically, has goes so much in depth about divorce. I'm shocked. I'm like, whoa, what? So it talks about divorce. It talks about obviously what to consume, what not to consume, so halal and haram. It talks about Umrah and Hajj. It talks about Ramadan, and what else? It talks about widows and mothers and all of that kind of stuff. It's very detailed. And what I like about reading the English translation of the Quran, which, mind you, I've never read the translation of the Quran. I tried reading the Indonesian translation. I do not get it. First of all, I'm not fluent in Indonesian. I do not have the literature vocabulary of Bahasa Indonesia because I wasn't raised in Indonesia. And so I never learned school academic Indonesian. And so when I read the Quran, I'm like, what are these words? It's so complicated. I'm so glad I bought the English translation, and honestly it changed my life. So many things online. I'm telling you, if you are learning about Islam through social media or through online, there will be so many not miscommunication, what's the word, mistranslated and just misguided information that is mainly influenced by culture. Because tell me why, for example, in Indonesia, divorce is taboo. Divorce is seen as oh, it's this bad thing, God will hate you if you get divorced. A whole chapter, 2 chapters actually, because I'm only in chapter 4, by the way. I'm starting chapter 4, but the chapters that I've read, it talks in depth about divorce and how it is encouraged if the partners or the parties involved in the marriage is abusive, if they're not treating you right, all of these like things listed that validates getting a divorce. So I don't understand where this, oh, God is not, God won't love you if you get a divorce. He says get a divorce. Like, let me read my notes. It says here, when it comes to marriage, do not stay in a marriage with intentions to harm or commit aggression to your partner. Do not stay in a marriage if you're abusive, okay? And if vice versa, if you're abused. So where are people getting, like, divorce is taboo? That is culture, that is not religion. If you're born Muslim, if you've born into a Muslim family, and you're like, I'm not connected to the religion, I don't like the religion for whatever reasons, I'm telling you, it's the community that you're around. It's the culture that is influencing your point of view in religion. It is not the religion itself. Because the way that the English translation, and this has opened up my eyes on Islam is crazy. Like, I have tabs specifically for breaking societal construct, like things that people say that, oh, this is Islamic, or oh, this is like Muslims should not do this, should do this. Completely wrong. Like, I proven wrong, you know? And yeah, just guys, invest in these books. Honestly, they're amazing. It doesn't have to be this book, okay? There are so many other Islamic books, but these are like the most, I would say, the most popular, the most viral, and rightfully so. Anyway, I went off on a tangent, but I'm gonna start my journaling now. Okay, we're in bed and I got my glasses on, so we're getting serious, okay? I am, as I've said, on I finished chapter 4 actually, I was wrong. I'm in chapter 5, it's called The Feast. And what I like to do with my Quran journaling is that I highlight things that I find interesting, things that are, again, Islamic rulings, things that I learn, just things that I find intriguing or valuable as a Muslim to know. So this is what my Quran looks like. Whoa. I got highlights everywhere, and I also have these tabs for Islamic rulings. So some of these tabs will lead to information on fasting, on divorce, as I've said many times, on menstruating, on how to treat your spouse, for marriage, and all of that. And I also have this orange tab where it works the same as the one that I use for my Secret of Divine Love book, where the orange tab highlights du'as. So yeah, let's do that. Look how pretty the clouds are. It's currently 5:56, which means it's time for my workout because I want to go shower before I break my fast. Hold on. And I'm actually going through like a workout journey, and I'm planning to make like a separate video on it once I reach my goal. But basically, I have been working out consistently since, I would say, the end of December. So like it's been 3.5 months, almost 3.5 months. It's been going great, and I have been consistent about it, which honestly is so hard for me to be consistent in working out because I tend to go hard like in the first try. Like I remember back in the pandemic where everyone was going through their like Chloe Ting era, and we were doing the 2-week challenges and stuff like that. The thing is, I would be consistent when it comes to challenges, and I would do them like every single day. I would do the challenge, but for the challenge only. After the challenge is over, I would be way too exhausted to continue it for the long run. However, I have found a new fitness influencer on YouTube. I've actually been following her for quite some time, but again, I wasn't consistent with it. Not because her workouts are impossible to follow or it's too hard. And honestly, her workouts are surprisingly very easy and very fun, which makes it easy for me to stay consistent. But yeah, basically I wasn't in my fitness era at the time when I discovered her, so the lack of motivation contributed to the lack of consistency. However, I have been loving her workouts. I've been motivated to work out because honestly, I just want to move my body, and I discovered this is gonna be part of the journey video, the workout journey video. So a little bit spoiler, but basically I unintentionally lost weight when I was in France, and one of my biggest like assumption as to how I lost weight is because of walking, right? I walked everywhere when I lived in France, everywhere. I walked for over 20 minutes to an hour every single day because that's just the norm there. Like there are cars and there are public transport, but that's the thing. Most people rely on public transport, and generally Rennes, it's just a walkable city. So you walk everywhere. Well, at least I do. I walk everywhere. And through walking, I managed to lose a little bit of weight, which is something that I never thought that was possible, because whenever I dedicate my time to work out and do these fitness challenges, I could never see results, because obviously in my head I was like, oh my god, I'm looking for instant results, but because I walked consistently every single day, I saw results. And so I was like, you know what, let me go to the fitness account. Her name is Grow with Joe. I don't know if I mentioned it, I forgot. Grow with Joe. She does walking workouts, fun workouts. Literally, she does like the dance workouts too. Super fun. And the thing is, I don't go too hard on the workout. Like she does make videos where it's like a 15-minute workout, an hour workout, but sticking to just the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20-minute workout, literally amazing. I've been consistently following her for, since the end of December till now. I lost weight so much quicker than when I unintentionally lost weight and when I did like all of these hardcore challenges. Consistency is key. So I'm gonna show you the videos that I like to watch. Come here. So I have my favorite videos of her on my Notion. I made a whole playlist. I don't do this like back to back to back. I literally just choose one video. I watch one video and call it a day. And again, the results, immaculate. So my favorite workout when I only want to do 10 minutes is this one. It's the 10-minute feel good cardio. And this one, the Afro beats. And if I want to do a 15-minute workout, I like to do this one and this one. And then for 20 minutes, this is really nice. And this is really good as well. So yeah, I made a playlist for myself because these are my favorite like workouts to do, and I don't have to like go on her page to look for them and scroll through her entire channel. I could just easily go to my Notion, pick one and do it, get it done. But yeah, check her out, she's amazing.
What do you do?